A Fox Business alert, Boeing just making a major announcement that it will temporarily halt production of its 737 MAX jetliner in January. Shares of Boeing closing down more than 4% in anticipation of the announcement. The company just releasing this statement moments ago that reads in part, quote, safely returning the 737 MAX to service is our top priority. We know that the process of approving the 737 MAX's return to service and of determining appropriate training requirements must be extraordinarily thorough and robust in order to ensure that our regulators, customers, and the flying public have confidence in the 737 MAX updates. But, you know, there's an overall question here, Zach. Should the 737 be grounded permanently?
Well, look, I'm not an aviation expert. I don't work for the FAA, although apparently the FAA wasn't entirely working for the FAA when it came to certifying Boeing's 737 MAX. The fact is this plane is going to get certified and is going to go back into service. There were clearly issues, and as of course happens once you start unpeeling this particular onion, it turns out there were all sorts of other issues, as there are, you know, in any large, complicated industrial process, and this sheds light on that. They're going to have a hard time restoring safety concerns to consumers. It wouldn't surprise me if they cynically, or although perhaps appropriately, end up renaming the next generation of this. You know, they'll call it the 737 MAX 2 or something to make people feel like there's some differentiation. But this is going to happen sometime in 2020, and I'm sure, you know, we will look at this as one of these signature moments of industrial regulatory failure.
Boeing has been a stalwart forever. And I must tell you, the one thing they're going to have to work on big time going forward is their credibility. Just a couple of months ago, they came out and said, oh, this thing's going to be flying December and January. They were overselling it, and guess what? Now they're under-delivering it. And I must tell you, in a bad market, that stock would have been down $40 today. So let's hope they get it right, because if they don't, there's going to be job losses, write-offs, you name it, nothing but problems going forward. And they have big competition with a little company named Airbus.
Gary, I'm interested in your view on this. It seems to me as though regulators, having been sort of lax in overseeing this process, or at least that's the story that's come out over the last couple of months, are now being sort of overzealous, going to make it extremely hard for Boeing to put this airplane back in the air. Do you think that, I know you've been following this really closely, do you think there's some of that going on here?
Well, I think also the regulators are a little bit on the culpable side. You know, there's been talk throughout the years that the Boeing and the regulators who's supposed to regulate them are a little bit too close, kind of like what happened in '07 with the financial companies and the regulators that basically did nothing. So I gather the regulators are a little bit PO'd themselves right now and are going to be looking in the mirror on how they handle this going forward also.
Well, I'm going to give this as a softball to Jonathan for a second, because isn't this also a case, you can't both want deregulation and then get up in arms when the regulators fail. The fact is, they outsourced a lot of the regulatory self-certification to Boeing itself, as happens in many complicated industries. So, Jonathan, should, you know, the market work this out? Because everyone else is saying, let's beef up the regulators.
Zach, I'll ask. I mean, let's be clear. It's not Boeing that is grounding this jet. It is regulators. They're the ones who are not going to certify. And I think to the panel's point, yeah, regulators want to act tough right now. So this has become a political issue, an emotional issue. The government is the one who grounded the plane. I think the decision should be customers. It should be Boeing's itself if people want to take the risk. The fact is that air travel is safe. But, Zach, to your point, what we're going to see is something not dissimilar to ValueJet. Remember ValueJet? The company was renamed, I think, AirTran after its 1996 crash. You'll see the same thing with the 737. Oh, it'll fly, but they're going to call it something different.
Gary, there's also the arrogance of Boeing, because even after the planes were grounded, they were creating 40 new planes every single month in their plant in Seattle. They have a backlog of 400 new planes. They just kept going on, thinking that eventually they get through all this.
Well, look, they've had orders, and they just got a bunch of MAX orders a couple of weeks ago from somebody. So their job is to fill them orders. So I get it. But again, as I said earlier, the way they've handled it, not very good. And I suspect they're going to hire some outside people to talk to them about messaging and how they handle. I guess there's companies out there that help you when there's a crisis out there. I think they're going to need that going forward, because I'm just a big believer they mishandled this. Could have done a lot better job. By the way,
look at the
John,
numbers, those numbers that we just put up on the screen, 80%
Yeah.
of people say they wouldn't fly on one of these planes.
Yeah, well, why would they fly? Because every day the government's been telling them, this is unsafe, this is unsafe, be scared. But obviously the airlines themselves, David, as you pointed, Boeing had orders for these planes even after these terrible tragedies were. So obviously the airlines themselves weren't too scared about the 737 MAX.
The question is whether they made a mistake in filling those orders.